She used to be a suffocating loan shark. She pushed him to the brink of collapse, but when she got to heaven, a man walked toward her with deep gratitude. Haesuk never expected that she could make it to heaven, all because of a few good deeds she did while working as a loan shark. These acts of kindness she didn't even remember became her ultimate lifeline. That day in hell, when her sins were being weighed, her number landed exactly at 50 kilograms, right at the threshold for going to hell. But at that moment, she saw young Ae in terrible distress. A single tear of sorrow fell from her eyes. It was that one tear that brought her sins down to 99 kilograms. Young Ae had 0 sin points, so the two of them were sent to heaven together. They also received a tablet. When they opened it, it looked like a shopping flyer. One corncob was priced at 50,000 won. A single hair clip cost an incredible 2 million won. They were stunned. She said this was worse than the interest rate she used to charge. It had to be some kind of scam run by heaven's administrators. While they were complaining, a young, handsome guy walked over. He said he was the old grandfather who died before paying off his debt. Back then, the grandfather had just finished paying her back. Looking at his daughter's photo on the wall, he decided to end his painful life. But before he could act, Haesuk suddenly came back knocking on his door. She said the old man had overpaid and needed to return the extra money. As soon as she walked in, she saw the rope around his neck, but pretended she didn't notice anything. She pulled 2 corn cobs from her bag and said, "Don't eat them both at once. One today, one tomorrow." The grandfather understood what she meant. She was telling him to live one more day. From that day on, every time Haesuk went to collect debts, she would bring 2 portions of food. The grandfather was moved by this care and kept going day after day, eventually living until natural old age. His family ignored him completely, but Haesuk made him realize that even having just one person who cares makes life worth living. So when he arrived in heaven, he had always wanted to thank her. When he finished saying those words, the corn icon on the tablet suddenly disappeared. Only then did they realize every item on the tablet represented a good deed Haesuk had done, so they followed the address to find the place marked white hair clip. As soon as she saw that woman, Haesuk recognized her immediately. It was the client who died before she could repay her debt. Back then, she went to the funeral home to collect money, but discovered the woman was all alone. She could barely even afford a proper funeral. After learning the truth, Haesuk paid for the funeral expenses herself. She even went to find other debtors. Anyone willing to help with the burial could have their debt reduced a little. She personally organized the woman's funeral and accompanied her all the way to the burial. She used to think her own life was hard enough, but seeing such a young woman die alone, she couldn't help but shed tears. Now, the woman could finally say those words to her face. "Thank you."